What is up, guys? It's Mateo's 2020 Politics here, and today I'm going to be talking about the presidential debate we had last night between Vice President Joe Biden and current incumbent U.S. President Donald Trump. So, before I actually make the video, let me just address the obvious. Yes, it was a chaotic debate. Donald Trump kept interrupting, he kept having a feud with Chris Wallace. He doesn't really like the guy, so that's probably why. So, there was just so much chaos, but I don't know if it's just me. I just didn't really get irritated by it. I found it to be fun, honestly. Most people were kind of upset, disturbed, but I almost found it funny. The way it was just, back and forth, all crazy. Because when you look at the debate through a comedic lens, it's brilliant. When you look at it through how are we gonna fix America, that's when you get messed up. No, don't get me wrong. I think about that. I think I'm just so depressed about politics to the point where I tried to come into the debate subconsciously with a humorous mindset. So I found it to be rather humorous, rather funny, the debate. So who won? Well, on assertiveness, Donald Trump. He seemed much more confident, much more forceful, much more effective. He would always interrupt Joe Biden, and when that would happen, Joe Biden wouldn't be able to get back on topic. He would just get controlled. Donald Trump would somehow manage to just interrupt him and just completely take over the conversation. He would become the moderator. And yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but whenever Joe Biden would speak, your attention was on Donald Trump. You were seeing his reactions. So he definitely had all the eyes on him. And that's because of his assertiveness. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like he has that as a skill. I mean, he's a narcissist, okay? And that's why he was very confident. So I guess in some ways, narcissism can help you. So just uh, watch a guide on how to be a narcissist if you're going to debate somebody, if you're run for president. But then on policy, Joe Biden definitely won the debate. And by a landslide. I mean, don't get me wrong. He is not a policy-oriented politician. When he says things like, I'm going to fight to restore the soul of this nation. What does that mean? What is the soul of this nation? Is it Medicare for all? I think it is, because the soul of the nation would be to prevent the top 1% from ripping off the bottom 99%. Okay? That would be the restoring the soul of the nation. Well, it wouldn't be restored because we've always been doing that. But to fight for the soul of the nation would be to fight for the working people. Joe Biden isn't doing that. Nevertheless, he does always make the point of restoring the soul of the nation, and that does seem out of touch. But he somehow managed to become more policy-oriented in this debate. He really spoke about his healthcare plans, and he kind of leans into the whole, well, I'm in favor of Obamacare, but you have the option of getting a national healthcare system. Decent, right? So on policy, he definitely won. And as it got later into the night, and as more policy came into the debate, he got the upper hand. But in the first half, I was actually very sure Donald Trump was winning. He seemed much more, forceful. Joe Biden seems much more charming. He had a smile on his face. I'm very sure his advisors told him to do that. Uh, in fact, it was reported his advisors actually told him to smile more when Donald Trump would kind of drag him into the mud and kind of stay out of that. They apparently were telling him to follow the whole when they go low, you go high strategy. Because to your apolitical voter, their thought process would be this. This guy seems nice. He has some solutions. This guy over here, I think his name is Donald Trump. He is a little child. He's a schoolyard bully. Now, mind you, I don't focus on that. I focus more on policy. But nevertheless, Joe Biden definitely did win the night. He definitely won the debate. But I wouldn't give him the credit. I mean, he came into the debate with a massive advantage. He was seen as the leader during the pandemic, the person who was advocating for change. He was up in the polls. So he came into the debate with a massive upper hand. And what Donald Trump had to do was he had to perform a knockout performance that would permanently change the dynamics of the race. He didn't do that. I actually think he performed worse than he did in 2016. I think he did a better job in 2016. He seemed much more humorous, but here he was just whining and complaining. It really wasn't that attractive. So, yeah, guys, my overall summary of the debate: chaos. But on the topic of who won, Joe Biden definitely won. He seemed like a more policy-oriented person, but Donald Trump did come across as more assertive, dominant, and but Donald Trump definitely came across as much more assertive, right? Now, don't get me wrong, that's because of his narcissism, but well, hey, I guess him being a narcissist kind of helped him in that sense. So, you would often see how Donald Trump would just interrupt Joe Biden in the middle of his speaking, and Joe Biden wouldn't be able to get back. He would just remain interrupted. So, Donald Trump definitely seemed more dominant in that sense. And when Joe Biden would try to interrupt Donald Trump, he would just not succeed. He would fail. He would just get re-interrupted as he was trying to interrupt Donald Trump. You know what I mean? He wouldn't get away with interrupting Donald Trump. Donald Trump will get away with interrupting Joe Biden. That's the way it went. So, in terms of forcefulness, Donald Trump definitely won. But policy-wise, Joe Biden won. There was one interesting moment, actually, where Donald Trump attacked Joe Biden for the crime bill. In case you forgot what that was, basically in the 1990s, this went viral a year ago. Joe Biden was on the Senate floor advocating for this super tough on crime bill. And he called black criminals super predators. Super predators. And Donald Trump attacked him for that. But it was a bit of a missed opportunity because he said, Joe, you were on the Senate floor advocating for the crime bill and you call black people predators. It was a bit of a missed opportunity in the sense that he didn't explain the most important part of it, which was that as a result of the crime bill being passed, hundreds of thousands of African Americans have been incarcerated. So that would have been a great blow to the head, but he kind of forgot about that, and I don't know why it was, but Donald Trump just seemed a bit more nervous this time. He was much more fearless in 2016, but in 2020, he just seemed a bit more nervous, and I think that's because he was perceived as being in a massive disadvantage. He picked up on that. So will this change the dynamics of the race? It might. It certainly might, but in favor of Joe Biden. Because, as I mentioned earlier, he didn't have to do much. He had the default victory. It was Donald Trump who had to take the victory away. Joe Biden already had it. Donald Trump had to chase him down, tackle it, and take it away with it, drive away with it. He didn't get to do that. So, this has been my video about who won the presidential debate last night. So, of course, Joe Biden won it, but Donald Trump also had a decent performance in the sense that he came across as much more confident. See you guys later. Thank you for watching this video, and bye.